For over 20 years, I've dedicated my life to bringing you the very best selling, marketing, and business building strategies to keep your business thriving. Get ready to experience the success you've been searching for. Welcome to the Tom Ferry Show. Hey everybody, welcome to the Tom Ferry Show, episode 39, and one of the most important shows we've done so far. Why? Because it's time for you and I to crush Q4. And the way we start that is we begin to decide how we want 2016 to be. Let me just ask you a question straight up front. Are you committed to having 2016 be your best year ever? Think about it. The most money, the most transactions, the most joy, the most vacations, the most savings, the most love, the most gratitude. Are you really committed to having 2016 be your best year ever? Now, I'm going to assume you're watching this show, so of course you are. So allow me to walk you through just some of the most important parts of the 2016 business plan so you can make sure that your business is absolutely rolling. And as we progress throughout the rest of the fourth quarter, we're going to work on every other area of your life to set you up to absolutely have 2016, you know what it is, be your best year ever. So let's talk about it. You ready? If you and I were sitting together, the first thing I'd say to you is, hey, go to tomferry.com, download the new business plan, get that done ASAP. Don't start doing it. The first thing I want you to do is just read it cover to cover. Like, okay, so, I've done this plan with Tom in the past. He's added some new elements. There's some new distinctions into here. So I want to get familiar with it, comfortable with it. How do I want to frame this for me and my business? And then number 3 is I want you to schedule a day where you actually can do the planning. Now, I'm a big believer that you should go off-site, find a place that's inspiring. I don't know what that is. Is that sitting by the beach? Is it sitting by a lake? Is it sitting in your home office? I don't know, but you want to have an environment where you can be creative, where you can look at your numbers, where you can assess yourself, where you're going, what you want, and not be interrupted nonstop. So really important that you schedule that time. Now, I will tell you, coming up on November 3rd, we're doing a big event in the Meadowlands where on the 3rd, I'm going to do the all-day planning and goal-setting session, and then Bill Pipes on the 4th and 5th will continue with our Sales Edge conference. So if you're out in the Northeast or if you're anywhere in the world and you want to spend that day with me and get your plans right, we should do that together. Now, so that's my first recommendation. Again, if we were sitting together and we were looking at, from a high level, what must you do to get planned and to have it be right, you've heard me talk about, the 4 levels of execution, right? You have a wildly important goal, right? Something that inspires you, right? Knowing and acting on your KPIs, the numbers, the key performance indicators, how much of what and by when do I need to do to realize the goal? You got to scoreboard everything up in visual, and then you got to up your cadence of accountability, be accountable, if you will, to the plan. So recognizing that framework and the 2016 business plan, here's the must. Number 1 is I'm going to ask you to do, different in the past, have a 3-year look back. So literally inside the plan, it's going to say, what did your business look like over the last 3 years? So I want you to break down not only volume and transactions and GCI over the last 3 years, I would love for you to say, over the last 3 years, here's some historical data I have on how many contacts I made, how many leads I generated, how many appointments I went on. Now, I know as I say that, you might be like, oh, I haven't been tracking those numbers. Okay, well, we want to start tracking those numbers. It's really important. An easy thing you can do is go into your calendar, go into Outlook, and you could literally probably go week by week by week over the last 3 years. I know it sounds a little obsessive, but there's a method to this madness to see how many appointments you went on, how many buyers and sellers you met. Now, I believe that when you know where you've been, you can better predict where you're going. So if it's only high level, transactions, GCI, volume, listings taken, listings sold, if you got some of that stuff, that would be awesome. Moving forward though, I want you to track all those numbers forever so you can then predict what's going to happen in the future. You can know the trends of your business. Wouldn't it be great to see that over the last 3 years, you've been maybe overly dominant in one area and left some money, if you will, some chips on the table in other areas? Well, you'll never know that until you do a little 3-year look back to assess and analyze what's been happening. Once you've done that, then I want you to do a 3-year forecast where you're going to declare 2016, my best year ever. I know what that means. I want to do this many transactions, have this much gross income. What do I want in 2017? Oh, that's far away. But listen, rock stars like you and me, we've got a big future to live in too. That's what inspires us to take massive action and to move forward powerfully. So by just declaring maybe 2016, I want to make 200,000. And then in 2017, I want to make 400,000. And then, oh, this is getting a little uncomfortable. 2018, I want to make 800,000. Don't worry about the how today. Focus on what it is that you want. Focus on what it is that you want. What this does is it creates a future to live into, and it's going to make every activity you do in 2016 have a little more meaning, because it's not just about the immediate year, it's about laying the foundation to have 2018 be over the top. This is exciting, yes? Now, number 3, you're going to have a vision statement. You'll see it inside the business plan. It says things like, I'm committed to, and here's my personal vision. I really like just starting out with, here's what I'm committed to. Or another way of framing it is, we believe, you probably heard me say before, we believe the consumer deserves a better quality real estate professional. That's why we as a company help people like you every single day aspire and be accountable to selling 30, 40, 50, 100, 300, 500, 1,000 homes a year, and doing it in a customer-centric way. So we believe that. So it's our mission, it's our vision. What's yours? What's yours? Maybe it's just something as simple as, I'm committed to having 2016 be my best year ever, and here's the 5 reasons why. Maybe that's it. And if that feels emotionally right for you, if it kind of electrifies you, it gets you energized, then it's a good vision statement. If there's no energy behind it, if there's no emotion behind it, the odds are it's not going to be meaningful. You're not going to act on it. So we want to have it be emotional and meaningful to you. Now, then we go to number 4, where we break down, where did my business come from in 2015, and where will it come from in 2016? Now, this is important. So we know there's 36 to 40 different ways you can generate business. We know the 4 core that we talk about is your database, is your geo-farm, is all the various online marketing systems, and of course, doing open houses. So, what percentage of your business came from the 4 core? Where do you have room to grow, to optimize, to make more, to maximize your brand and your potential? So first, know where your business came from in 2015, so we can, can I plan more? Can I squeeze the lemon more, if you will, metaphorically, to get more from it next year? And then, what do I want to do in 2016? Now, this is where it gets fun, when you start to say, I've got Zillow, and I've got Truly, and I've got Realtor.com, and I've got Boomtown, and I've got Conversion as an example, or all of these different online strategies. It's now time for you to dictate? That's the wrong word. You know what I mean. Predict where you want the business to come from. How do you want it to be? Now remember, this is then going to shape your marketing plan, your focus, your energy. So you decide, hey, I want to sell 36 homes next year as an example, and historically I've sold 18, and they've all come from my database. So I want to continue to work my database, then I'm going to add a geo-farm, I'm going to start doing some online marketing, and I'm going to start doing open houses, this Tom Ferry crazy big open house strategy as an example. But I also want to get some sign calls, I want to get a few ad calls, I want to get some relocation business. It's all there on the plan. You decide where the business is going to come from. That will determine where you put your energy, where you put your concentration to realize that goal. So this is really super important. Then number 5, it's to know your daily number. Now, I gave you an example, and you'll see the formula in the business plan where, again, keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. I'm like, what do you want to do in 2018? But what I know is this. If you know and act on your daily number, if you know exactly how many people in your database you have to talk to and new people you have to talk to every day, then you just go out and take action on the daily number every day. And what happens? It begins to build this extraordinary pipeline and all these opportunities. And when you continue to do your daily number, in spite of all of your successes, your pipeline stays really big. And all of a sudden you wake up and it's 2018 and you're making so much money that when you walk in the bank, the bankers go, and they give you a plaque. You with me on this? It all comes down to the daily discipline of doing that daily number. So how do you get it? You say, transaction goal, I want to do 18 deals. I want to do 18 deals a month. I want to do 400 deals a year, times 40 conversations. That's the rolling number. Every 40 conversations, you should have one sale. So we get 36 times 40, 1440. We divide it by 10 months because no real estate agent actually works 12 months out of the year. I don't care how much of a workaholic or control freak you are. Holidays, days off, downtime, going to seminars, emotional break, physical break, whatever it is, you plan on 10 months. Then you say 22 days, so it's 6.5. Now, 6.5 conversations gets me 36 transactions, 22 days of 6.5, 10 months of 6.5. The challenge is, what do you do with that 0.5 person? Hey, Taz, have a conversation, hang up on them? No. So you're always going to roll that one up, right? So 7, but go with me on this. I've been doing this a long time. You never have an odd number. You always want to have an even number, right? So always want to have an even. So no 11, got to have 12. No 11.2, 11.2. You got to have like 12 conversations, even number. And here's why. Because of that 8, half will be to your database and half will be to new. So half could be to all those people inside your database. Some people you know, some people you don't know, they're in your database. Half are to people you meet at Starbucks. They're an online lead, they're a referral. You knock on a door, you meet somebody at an open house. You know me, there's no wrong way to do it. But every day, that daily number, it's like this. I do 1,440 conversations, I achieve my goal. I do 1,390, I fall short of my goal. That's how predictable your business is. That's how predictable your business is. So we want to be really clear on the daily number, own it, emotionalize it, and begin now in the fourth quarter to align our behaviors to make that new daily discipline our reality. So I start the new year super you. Remember super you? I don't want to start the new year hungover. I want to be like, okay, I've been doing my daily number since October 14th. I am on fire. This is awesome. I'm in all this momentum. I took some time off. I enjoyed the holidays, but I'm coming into the new year completely dominating and ready to have 2016 be my best year ever. Make sense? Now, number 6, you want to identify what are all the key projects that will get you there. So you'll see inside that it'll show you literally month by month in the business plan, quarter by quarter. And I would ask you, remember a long time ago on the Tom Ferry Show, we talked about the do, doing, and done board. The do is all the projects you want to do. The doing is the things that you're in action on. And the done is things we've completed to make your business have greater integrity, right? More organized. Same thing. So we're going to ask ourselves, with this new concentration and focus to bring in new business or to work my database more effectively, right? Could be marketing. It could be a mega open house I want to throw. These are all projects. So you're going to ask yourself, what must happen? What are all the projects? But then you're going to say, by when? And what you want to be mindful of is there's going to be projects you need to complete this year to be ready to go for 2016. Don't overcommit yourself on your projects. Ask yourself, what are the most important projects that will impact our results? Call it in Q2 of 2016. Everything in real estate is about 90-day cycles. What I do today impacts my business in 90 days. So if I'm working on it in November, we know when it's really going to show up, if you will, in dollars and cents and transactions. So by when, be very mindful to space out your projects and not spend all your time working on redoing your listing presentation and forgetting to do your daily number because that's where the appointments come from. Does that make sense? Space out your projects. 1 or 2 significant projects a month, 2 or 3 max, while maintaining your existing business and doing your daily number and aligning your behaviors and winning. That's the game. And then the big one is, so by when and then by who. So who's going to do all these projects for you? And this goes back to that 7 trends conversation, team or no team. I don't know which direction you're going, but I know this. If you've got all these projects and they are a must to move your business forward, but you're always out showing property, dealing with buyers, in the middle of negotiations, doing your 554s and everything else, you're missing over here. One of those 2 is going to collapse. So how are you going to get some help? How are you going to get some help? Is it your 16-year-old daughter? Is it another agent inside the office? Are you going to outsource it? Are you going to finally get an assistant? What are you going to do to make sure that the projects are done and in place so your business moves forward powerfully? Super important. So by who? And then the last one, and we'll wrap it up with this. You got to know your money. So in the business plan, a little rant here. The number of people that I talk to that make a lot of money selling real estate and have no money scares me. You know what I'm talking about? The agent, like they always make a lot of sales and they seem to always have money, but Like the money comes in and it just flows out. Money in and it flows out. I don't want you to be that person. I really don't care how many, how much money you make. I care at the end of the day how much money you put aside. Maybe 2016 is about being financially free. Maybe that's a part of your vision. Maybe you say to yourself, in 2016, I'm going to help this many people. I'm going to generate this much revenue. Here's my expenses. And then I'm going to become financially set. I'm going to become debt free. That's my mission. I'm going to pay off all my credit card debt. Maybe I'm going to pay off my house. Maybe I'm going to pay off my second. Maybe I'm going to pay off an investment property. So I'm free of the financial rat race and burden that people get into. It doesn't matter how much money you gross. It only matters how much you got in the bank at the end of the day. So how do you get there? You forecast. You decide. You say, in 2016, here's my business expenses. Remember the 3 different types of agents? I forget which episode that was in the Tom Ferry Show. And we were talking about 3 different kinds of agents. Money comes in and money goes out. Don't be that agent, right? You need to say, what's my budget for my business? How much are going to go to taxes? How much to run my marketing? How much to pay for my assistant? How much money am I going to take in a salary as an example? Taxes, all that good stuff. And then you want to create the same budget ideally for your household to say, as the money comes into the household, is it just, here's the money and it just goes? Or is there a budget so you can say, look, at the end of the year, the household's going to create this, the business is going to create this, and what I want at the end is this much saved, my taxes paid, and my debt down. These are big guy and big girl conversations, but this is the Tom Ferry Show, and you're not watching this because you want to be ordinary. You're watching this because you choose to be extraordinary. You with me on this? Extraordinary. Extraordinary people take the time to know their numbers, to know the financials, to budget and decide how they want it to be. It's your business. It's your choice. If it doesn't work, it's on you. You and I both know that. So that's the planning process. Schedule your day. Read it cover to cover. Make sure these are crystal clear and emotionally right and numbers right for you so 2016 can be your best year ever. I know this is a long one. It's an important one. We could spend all day on this. Get to work. Make some good decisions. Know your numbers and decide how you want it to be. 2016, your best year ever. Thanks for watching. If you love what you're seeing here, then click the button below to join our online community absolutely free. Thanks so much.